That's fucked up.
I didn't say that.
I
didn't say.
We all heard you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Raise your hand if you heard him say it.
I heard him say it.
American politics.
America would be better if Hitler was still alive. Jason Wise.
I didn't say that. Speaking of Hitler and what they're saying about Trump, hey, all you garbage maggots, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks, Boogie Bear.
Yeah.
Of course.
Did you guys know you were all called garbage this week by Biden?
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh, yeah.
How big of a flex
Oh, yes.
is it to be the very next day get a dump truck with your name on it?
It wasn't a dump truck; it was a garbage truck.
Yeah, garbage truck. Yeah,
Yeah,
It goes to the dump though, so like
it goes.
I think
to
we,
the dump,
we
same
should
thing.
work on that name.
but the difference
Well,
between a
some of
dump
that
truck and a
pickle-wise.
garbage truck. Are we gonna have
It's
a podcast about the difference between a dump truck and a garbage truck?
Well, I got a dump
No.
truck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we know you do.
Jake's the subject matter expert on that.
No, but seriously, so this week, well, let me introduce the show. Okay, hey everybody, welcome to another live edition of the Cavalry Crew. Thanks for joining us tonight. We've got a few new people on tonight. We've got Derek, who joined us last week. We've got
Derek.
Dova Lena on. Thanks for joining us, Dova. We got James out of Texas. We got Bowen out of West Virginia. We got Jake and Derek out of Michigan. And we got Stephen Hoy out of the Pacific Northwest.
We could be a living here.
Why didn't I get we got a Dovalina here from
In fact, I think
Mexico?
Jake and Derek are just down the street from each other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We're in the
Yeah?
734. What?
Yeah.
What? You know, when I was up there, it wasn't that ghetto.
It's not that ghetto.
Yeah, you
need
just
to
let's
change
just.
that.
We were waiting for you to come back on and discuss
If
that.
I could take you 15 minutes into downtown Ypsi and I will change your mind.
Sure,
very
that's
quickly.
different.
Well,
But
yeah.
the way Josh described Belleville,
Oh, Belleville's not ghetto.
yeah,
I never
but
said it was
Josh-
ghetto.
No.
All I said was if you're looking for like pure Michigan, Belleville's not the place.
I don't know. I
Like-
felt like I needed to have firearms.
Well, you're
Belleville?
from
I don't
Washington.
know.
All
I
those
felt like
people
I-
out there look so threatening to me.
I felt like I needed a
Racist.
all the Hallmark murderers. up there.
All those
Hallmark
Hallmark
murder.
people.
Yeah.
I'm
Perfect
pretty sure
Christmas
they're all
Town.
AI.
Was it the
robots.
fucking Canadian geese that made you feel uncomfortable? Because we got a lot of them.
They kept,
There are-
they kept trying to
I'm-
stab me with a
The
knife.
Cobra
They're
chickens
around here too. But
The hissing chickens.
I felt like I needed a combine because you make fun of Ohio and all the corn. You guys are surrounded by cornfields.
Oh yeah, I'm
Oh,
glad
yeah.
you brought that up.
The difference is we leave our trees up. You guys just whack the trees
Yeah, you
out.
got no
Corn.
trees. Corn.
Well, like,
No, so
Michigan's
Western Ohio.
like,
Western
weird
Ohio. Okay.
body.
Western Michigan. Western
No.
Ohio. Southern Ohio has mountains.
Across the street from your neighborhood was a cornfield.
Hell yeah, we grow it here.
Okay.
There's
You're
turkeys
welcome.
across the street from JJ's neighborhood. In the other
You guys-
cornfield.
You guys are so serious about it. You cut the tassels off.
Did Jake freeze?
Yeah.
He just
did.
froze.
Oh,
Oh,
is it
okay.
just
There he
me?
is.
are we back?
He's back.
That was
So you-
everybody was like, bye, 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 bye.
Okay, so let me go back. I said you guys are so serious about corn, you cut the tassels off.
But that's why we put our
What is that?
bras. What do you mean we cut the tassels off?
Yeah. You guys chop
That's
the tops
because they're
of the corn
growing
off.
feed corn.
Who chops the top of the tassels off? Derek,
Michigan.
you ever seen this? I ain't
No.
never seen a combine out there chopping the tassels off.
No. People
you're
go
talking about-
through the corn rows and they chop the tops off.
I've never seen the Wamapoke do that before.
Yeah.
So,
Huh.
That's Michigan. So Michigan is the only place. Michigan is the only state that I've been in where I've seen that.
Where did you see
no, I've heard of a guy
Google
at work
it.
talked about Iowa. They do that.
I've,
Just
100%.
kids, they get hired to do it.
The
I've-
cornfield looks like everybody's got a flat top or a they got the crop top.
Oh, it's
When I
because we grow real corn. You grow that bullshit corn.
No, when
Hey,
they
man.
cut it, it's used
We
for
feed America here
We
in
grow
Ohio.
the squared away corn.
Yeah.
High and tight corn.
Yeah.
High and tight corn.
You're going that fucked up corn.
I'm gonna
Corn
be paying
for-
attention to every cornfield when I pass to my
I'm
tree
telling you.
stand and be like, oh wow, the tops are all really fucking cut off.
No,
No,
a
it's
different type
in
of corn.
September. It's in
Oh, that's-
August and September when you guys do it.
Oh, huh.
You're telling me a farmer goes out there and chops the top out of every single? Nope.
Yeah.
Why do you think migrants are in this country?
No.
Didn't finish the sentence.
No.
Isn't it what they use for feed corn? They cut the tassels for feed corn, right?
I've never seen a farmer cut a tassel off corn. It just
know.
falls off. It's not. I don't know why your corn has tassels. That's weird. But you have uncircumcised corn running around Ohio. Fix
Farmers
it.
in Michigan, it's right here. Farmers in Michigan remove corn tassels, a process called detasseling to produce hybrid seed corn.
This is Ohio news at its finest right here.
Huh.
This is all they have to talk about is other people's corn. They're like, we're so proud of our corn in Ohio, we're going to talk shit about other corns.
Right here, local students earn money through corn detasseling in Michigan.
I've never fucking detasseled corn in my entire life. But it's not like a giant community thing. We're like, all right, folks, Saturday, September 25th, we're detasseling all the corn in Michigan.
It's like,
Well, apparently it's a big thing in Iowa.
it's like children of the corn stuff.
Fucking- Derek, I guess we're missing out, man. I don't know.
Now watch, we're gonna drive by and just see one old lonely poor farmer out there with a scythe, just swiping fucking common corn off, dude.
If I ever see it, I will I'll come back on the podcast.
I'm going over there and taking a picture with him. Like, dude.
But did you know Ohio talks shit about this?
I didn't think this was a real thing, dude.
I defended for no reason.
Oh, that's funny.
Right here, every summer, thousands of Michigan kids climb aboard school buses, headed out to the
Thousands.
Dude,
fields
what
to
fucking
detassel corn.
what
Thousands
the
of
fuck?
kids.
That's a
What,
shitty.
What
in
is-
a country
Thousands
bumpkin
of
school is taking field trips in Michigan to go detassel corn?
Hold
Like
on.
we're gonna get free labor out of these kids. We're
Yeah,
going
what
on a
the
field
fuck,
trip to
man?
detassel corn.
What Ohio news page is this?
You just Google it, Michigan detassel corn,
I'm-
and it comes up with all the stuff. Google it.
Oh, here we go.
AJ, next year, dude, if there's a booked fucking community trip, we're going to detassel corn.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh, here comes Zach from Florida.
Hey, boys.
Hey, good looking.
What's going on?
What's cooking?
Yeah, no shit. Michigan detassels corn. All right.
See?
Says it right here.
You guys don't believe me.
No, I believe you, but no, that's a real thing. Like,
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
interesting. To pay attention
Bowen
to it
should know
next
all
summer.
about this shit, right?
Bowen lives on a mountain.
Doesn't mean he can't grow corn, you racist.
How is that racist?
But yes, I did grow corn this year.
I got
Maybe in
corn
like a
my
10 by
backyard.
10 square.
No, I did 2 acres.
I
Hmm.
never.
Supposed to be cooking up there, not corn.
Oh no,
Yeah,
that's just around the corner.
That's just us, I guess. I don't. We
No, it's
circumcise
a
our corn.
Midwest thing. It's not
See?
just Michigan.
Well, that's why Ohio doesn't do it because you guys really aren't the Midwest. You're just attached.
Well,
to
they're
us.
apparently they're busy fighting off meth heads.
Yeah. What happened was the Midwest and the East Coast lost a bet against each other, and then Ohio somehow attached itself to the Midwest.
Yeah, but see, you
Bullshit.
guys want to grow that hybrid
Bullshit.
corn, which is obviously causing fat kids across the world.
Fat
So
kids.
here
Listen,
in Ohio,
no, I'm blaming the steel mills for making the spoons that feed them. That's how it works. It's not the corn. It's the whatever. It's the gun. It's
you don't need spoons to put potato chips and soda and everything else in your hands in your mouth.
You're
So,
right. You need.
Whoa! Stop blaming sugar.
Hey man,
Hey man.
sugar,
Come
sugar.
on, man.
Derek, are
See.
you deep in this detasseling process now?
No.
He is. He looks like it.
Are you looking at typing out his resume like candy tassel for hunting ground?
You know what? That's not a
I
bad
don't have
idea.
any children to work the field.
Driving in August, I would detail for your corn right here.
You want to detassel? Must hunt.
Must hunt.
Y'all there?
That's funny.
So
Hey,
okay.
Zach.
So now we got Zach from the great state of Florida joining us. Zach, we're going to talk tonight
Florida's
a little
gone.
bit
It's underwater.
about.
Yeah, that's a new
What?
pond. That's an
It's a
extension of
pond
the
now.
Atlantic.
It's like the long lost city of the state of Florida.
Hey, man.
It's the new Atlantis.
The new Atlantis.
Florida is America's dick. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's wet. You want to dry that off before you
Dangling
put it
down
away.
there.
Where else can you basically do whatever you want and still get support from the governor?
West Texas.
Well, yeah, I guess you can do some of that in West Texas too.
El Paso.
Down
I
around the border, it's basically just
would-
it's like the Wild West. So,
Yeah.
right, Dova?
What? What?
All right, Dova.
don't pick
Where are
on
you
the
guys getting all that
Mexican.
information?
We've just been watching you, bud.
Yeah.
I guess I'm in the peaceful place, I guess.
Okay.
Is there a peaceful place there?
That's a weird way to say you're
Always.
not from
Always.
America.
just don't go to other places.
As long as you stay here.
So Dova, we're going to go ahead and get started with the election stuff. What do you see as the most in the state of Texas? What do you see as the most prominent issue right now?
Well, we got, especially here in my hometown of Eagle Pass, where I'm at, where I was born at. We have a lot of Democratic Party here, but we're starting to get a lot of red, finally, and but we still get a lot of
rednecks?
green. No, like turning red, like turning Republican.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but we do got my main thing is that we do have still a lot, especially the small towns, even though Texas is considered a Republican more than anything, but you do have a lot of small towns, especially a lot of older Hispanics here in Texas and especially in small towns. You have a lot of Democrats that they just very blinded. They're set on their ways. They still think that Kamala's great, just because she's a Democrat. It doesn't matter, anything that she doesn't have any policies, that everything that she says is just word salads, never actually explaining anything of what she's actually the plan or anything like that. But just because, she's Democratic, we're going to vote for her. And so, and we had a lot of issues just recently. I was telling the guys that on a radio station, we should just be, not buy to any, to Republican or Democrat or anything like that. Because we work in the industry that we have to be non-biased, and stuff. And if you go one way, like one of the guys that I work with, he's true blue Democratic. And he calls Trump dumb, and he calls, he's stupid, and all that stuff. One thing he calls us trompudo, which is like the trompudo meaning like a big mouth, type of deal. And so, we get a lot of problems with that because we have a lot of Democrats that try to fight the Republicans. So it's kind of like my wife and I were talking about one day, and she was and she hit it right on the dot. You go around my small town, and all you see is Democrat like posters, Kamala, all the Democrats that are running. That's all you see, and you don't see hardly any Republican ones. It's like very seldomly I see a Trump one, but you have a lot of Trump supporters here. So you have a lot of them that are scared to say that they're voting for Trump because the Democrats are going to just start bitching at them and stuff. We have one person that I won't mention her name, but she's kind of crazy. If you guys ever watched, was it the? Oh God, I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's the political one where it's a comedy one more than anything. They were down here in Eagle Pass for a skit that they were doing because of the whole immigrants coming across and stuff. And he called Trump a pendejo. He said they're all Republicans are pendejos and stuff. And she came out on there on the show. And this is a nationwide show that everybody talks, shows and stuff. And she's actually from Eagle Pass. She actually went into my radio station, and the first thing she goes, your boss said that you might be Democrat. You can help me. And I was like, okay. Well, what can I help you with? And she wanted to badmouth the Republicans so the Democrats can vote. And so she also was one that just recently there was a guy with his truck parked outside of the early voting area, and he was in the right. He was the proper distance away from the actual voting area, and he had his truck flags and American flags and everything else showing. And she called the cops, called the police, telling them that he's not. He should be ticketed. He can this and that. All this different stuff because he was too close to the area. So the cop came. They measured it, marked it where they're supposed to be, and he was still like a good 5 feet away from that. So, but that's what we're running into a lot. The Daily Show. That's what it was. The Daily Show. If you type in Eagle Pass, The Daily Show, she comes out.
I'm over here thinking about Idiocracy. So
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Same
they
thing.
came down here and they did it. So,
Oh man,
yeah.
it's the same thing out here. They're fucking burning ballot boxes now.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. So
Yeah, down in Portland.
yeah, there was another one. Where was it that somebody supposedly dropped some ballots, the box of ballots in the bag?
Was
And
in
then they were
Miami.
like, was it in Miami? And then they said that supposedly, oh, it's good that we have it. It's all sealed and all that stuff. Yeah, but what if that's an extra ballot box? Nobody wants to say anything. An extra bag of more Camilla names on it.
You mean that was the last time that happened?
Well,
Yep.
yesterday there was some images out of Michigan where one voter ID had voted like 26 times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they were working on. Yeah, thanks, Jake. You shouldn't go and hit the button so many times. Yeah. So the GOP was working on fighting that one. Same thing in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, and parts of Pennsylvania. They're finding where at the last minute of the last day of registrations, like hundreds of registrations for people were just dropped, all with the same handwriting, all with the same signature type. So they are working on that. For once, we're seeing the state of Pennsylvania actually having criminal investigations into this stuff instead of like 4 years ago where they were basically like, oh, it's COVID, we can't do anything. So at least we're seeing that this year. But okay, so Texas, a big thing is the border. Big thing is but you guys also have a Senate race.
Yes.
So Cruz is on the ballot.
Yes.
And from what I understand, he's got a pretty good contender against him, an opponent. What's your take on that?
I like Ted Cruz. I like him. I like what he has to. He's doing a lot for Texas and stuff, and and stuff. And so, the other opponent, I haven't heard much about him. I mean, I've mostly been dealing more with actually being the major presidential than anything. I don't know, Martin. How do you feel?
I don't even know who's running against Ted Cruz. I just voted for Ted Cruz.
That's good.
Yeah.
At least it's not Beto.
Yeah.
No,
That guy.
You talking about Beto Rowe?
Yeah.
Beto, he was.
Yeah, that
he's
guy.
Here. He's here
He
right
can't. he can't take a break from politics, or at least I'm sorry, no, he can't take a break from running for office.
He's lousy. He don't even know what he wants anytime. He changes his mind every single time.
He wants to take all your guns though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's here tomorrow. He's doing a parade here. And that was the other thing that I had to announce. I was like,
what's he running for now?
He's not running for anything. He's just coming down.
No, he's not.
Supposedly everybody likes him, and I'm like, nobody fucking likes him around here.
He actually finally took an election cycle off from running for office because apparently no one will give him a job as a politician. So
that's probably why he's coming down here, just so that way he can be seen.
Well,
he can still be.
He's I'm sure he's a Kamala surrogate. So I'm sure he's going all around the state for Kamala.
That I'm gonna take your AR-15 shit ain't gonna fly.
Well, back when he did that, back when he started that, I think that was like 2012. That's when those a lot of that stuff, the stickers and everything came out of the state of Texas. That was come and take it. So
no.
Now it's on now it's on your license plate.
I don't think he even knows how to spell AR.
No, he's another typical worthless Democrat that doesn't know what the hell they're doing. He's just in there because they say he's a young mind and he can work the state. So I don't know. We used to have guys like that here in Ohio that basically disappeared into the private sector. So we'll see what happens with
we'll take our wheelchair man over that dude any day.
Hey man, your wheelchair guy, the governor is a good guy.
Oh yeah,
he's doing very well.
Yeah.
He is.
And I know a lot of people hate the attorney general, but I like Paxton, your attorney general.
Yeah. I tell you what, though, I think Texas is getting ready to become its own nation.
Secede?
That's my word.
It'll never happen. I don't think it'll ever happen.
We're the only ones that can.
I just don't think it'll happen. There's too many ramifications that go into it.
But I mean, we're technically an illegal state, so
that's another discussion for another time. So, Zach, what do you see as some of the main points of the election down in Florida?
Main points. I mean,
yeah, as far as like, are you seeing a bunch of stuff around there for Kamala, or is she pretty much given up on the state?
I haven't seen any Harris.
Well, of course,
Harry Balls.
You're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen anything, and did the vote early, and I didn't have any issues like that.
We're gonna put a big Harris billboard at in front of your driveway.
That's fine. Nobody's gonna see
it. There's actually there's quite a few like Harris signs around. So I live pretty close to Lake Livingston, and you know, obviously, like most Democrat-run shitholes like Houston, everybody's pouring out of that place and moving out here. You know, getting lakefront property and stuff. So
that's
you see those signs like just randomly, like what the fuck?
Yeah,
you're not from around here, are you?
Conservative is now mixed.
Yeah. So the storyline, I don't know if you guys watch Yellowstone, but the storyline of Yellowstone basically describes what the Democrats have been doing the last 15 years. Moving out of California, moving out of the state of New York, moving out of the cities and going and buying up properties in places that used to be very conservative, quiet communities. And they're trying to turn them into what they want. You know, they're hipster doofus towns.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unfortunate. We've seen it quite a bit around here in Ohio. When I lived in Arizona, that's all you saw out there was the hipster doofus towns that all the Californians moved to. And they drove the price of property sky high because they were buying everything that they could get their hands on, and there was no inventory on the market. So it's unfortunate. And they've done it a lot to Texas and Florida. They've tried to bring their politics with them, but I think they might get smacked down this year in actually in 4 days. So we'll see what happens. But Hoy, I mean, we know it's the Pacific Northwest. Is there anything that you'd like to talk about?
Yeah. What's not happening in the state of Washington?
As far as the election is concerned, I mean, Washington
Not
and
so
Oregon,
much.
you can pretty much write off as a Republican. Sadly.
Yeah, but I think everybody's more concerned with our local deal. I don't see a lot of Trump or Harris signs really.
Mm-hmm. Well,
See
and that's
more
why I
for-
wanted to have this conversation because, look, politics is all local. All your property taxes, everything is all local. So if there was something big going on local that you wanted to talk about, we can talk about it on here. So, Hoy, I know everything for you, especially, it's all local for you.
Yeah. There's not much. It's scary, really. Especially the way our taxes and just money allegations and just seeing bills that they want to pass, you're just like, oh my God. If any of this happens, like you're gonna completely eliminate the middle class here.
So I
We
saw
have
the
to-
image that you sent us of your ballot and the issues. Those look like fucking ridiculous, stupid issues.
Bro, I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, I have it right here.
Yeah, James.
I was fucking with Graham down there.
Uh-oh.
It's lying in here.
What is
Yeah,
that?
like what
Oh
was
yeah,
Oh,
it's
Oh,
the light.
light.
Where was it?
So the energy services one, that initiative 2066.
Oh yeah. No, those are bad enough, but there's even worse one. There's one on there for a city of Tacoma, which I don't think I sent to you guys, but it's our where is it? Pretty much they want to amend the word citizen and everything. So instead of being called a citizen of Tacoma or you can't buy this unless you're a citizen of this, they want to be able to get rid of that. Then it's like changing the charter board members and adding more and then giving those guys more money so they can have assistants. I'm like, if you guys meet like what 30, 40 times a year, what do you need an assistant for?
Right. It's all about friends and family.
No, I mean, yeah.
Realistically, I think our problem is that we allot X amount of money, and if they don't spend that money, then they think they're going to lose it, no matter what they're using it for. It could be completely wasted on bullshit. They don't care. As long as the next thing comes around and they keep getting funded. Some bullshit, man.
Some bullshit.
But that's
Bull-
always
Well-
been the thing in Washington, though. They've done that for
Yeah.
decades now.
I
It's
wouldn't
just
say
progressively gotten
decades.
worse.
We actually have a lawsuit going on right now at the county level over the recently elected sheriff for voter fraud. Pretty interesting stuff going on in small town Texas.
Already?
What kind of voter fraud?
So they had an election for sheriff back in I don't know, it was a couple months ago, and or whenever the last election was, and they're saying they had a new sheriff run. He used to be the constable / dog catcher, and he ran for sheriff and won by a lot. And
Like, what was the order of duties there? Like, was he the dog catcher first?
Buford T.
Or was
Justice.
he the constable? Like, how does that work, you know?
well,
How could you do it for your pardon from duty?
it was neither. He just used county funds to keep a shitload of dogs at like the annex buildings and stuff and pens. He's like a dog lover, big time dog lover, which is cool. But you know, people come down here and dump dogs off on our road all the time, and I don't really know. He never really answers the phone. He just kind of anytime someone calls about like, hey, there's like a stray running around, he'll just be like, oh well, just feed it a little bit. We'll get out there eventually. He's like, just take it in. We'll get out there. But he actually won for sheriff by like a suspicious amount, and they're saying that he dumped a bunch of ballots. Same shit with like the Trump and Biden thing. And there's a lawsuit looking into it right now. So interesting.
Sus.
Yeah, because nobody likes the guy. He's kind of a dipshit. So.
Yeah. No, on the topic of like local laws, it's just everything that's coming out has zero benefit to anybody. None. Unless you're like in the position of making a judgment for the city, nobody gets benefited from this. It's just a wasted amount of money.
Oh, and Bigfoot's been sighted around here too a couple times.
Hell yeah! Fine. Welcome to the club.
All right.
Wise fucking seen him detasseling corn in Michigan when he was here last time.
Well, Jake. So what's going on in the state of Michigan with your election?
I couldn't tell you what the fuck's going on.
What's the latest with Whitler?
I don't know. She's still a brunette last time I checked.
She's still she's still doing the Doritos communion.
What's that?
Yeah,
this is how out of listen, man.
That
you have the two people from Michigan that are the most out of touch with politics.
I know that the person. I know that whoever owns the hunting land I hunt is voting for Trump because there's a big ass Trump sign in the front field. That's about as far as I know.
If I had to say one thing, I think it is a very 50-50 split in Michigan. No matter where you go, you'll see one house Trump, one house.
Yeah, it's pretty even for a sign.
That's all I know
that
about.
I've seen.
I couldn't tell you another thing from that, except we used to have a township official that collected dogs, and he's somehow still a fucking township, whatever the fuck he is.
So if you go out to Western Michigan, though, it's very Trump country out in Western Michigan.
No, not anymore.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Yeah.
Is the Ohioan telling the Michiganan about Michigan?
I'll tell you right now that Kalamazoo is not very fucking Republican anymore. It used to be, but not anymore. Now it is very, very Democratic.
You'll probably see a difference this year.
I doubt it.
They're actually talking about how this. They're actually talking about how this election could be a complete game changer and a complete flip of the scale for future elections, because all your blue collar workers are and your former Democrats are just flocking to Trump because of his policies, everything he's proposed, all the people that he actually wants to put in office for his agencies, like Elon Musk for Department of Government Efficiency. You've got Robert F. Kennedy to completely revamp all your health agencies. He's got other people that have actually been on his side for a long time for the Department of Justice, completely revamping the Department of Justice. So it'll be interesting to see what he does, and I think there's a lot of former Democrats that are flocking his way, and you'll see that probably change in a lot of the inner cities, because you see all these rallies that he's doing, like in New York City, and he was even down in Brooklyn a month or two ago. And people are flocking to him from the inner city.
I would say, just based off living around Detroit, he probably already lost Detroit just due to his last thing here.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
He talked shit about Detroit.
He didn't talk shit about Detroit. No. Detroit.
He definitely did.
He didn't talk shit. No.
That's not the consensus here. A lot of shit has changed.
Well, hold on, real quick, Wise. On what you were just talking about, you would think that in certain areas, but even liberal media outlets are already she's kind of losing grip of this whole thing. Like
Mhm.
she's
Oh, yeah.
losing her own support.
So supposedly she's already pulled money out of North Carolina because there's no way in the next 4 days she can win North Carolina. I don't know. I mean,
Fucking hate her.
All I know is that recently the highway has been shut down several times due to fucking all these politicians coming here because they're
Right.
really important for some reason. And all it does is inconvenience everybody here. And then, like me, I don't give a fuck. I really don't, because no matter what I do, I can't change the outcome of shit. Whatever's gonna happen.
Charge of the
Your vote
roads.
matters.
It mattered last election, right? Or was that cheated? I don't remember how that went down. How'd that go down?
I don't know. Your state's the one that put all the cardboard up on the windows.
There it is.
What did you do about it?
What do you want me to do about it?
You reelected Whitler.
Jake, are you in charge of the
trying.
roads?
She's just trying to fix the goddamn roads. Okay, that was her strategy.
Mm.
And you guys came here, construction everywhere.
You get what? What does she do? She spent $1 billion on a half-mile stretch of a super highway or a smart highway.
Oh no, that was fun fact. That wasn't even her actually. That was actually that was Ford. I believe that was the
Yeah,
big
but she
three that
approved the
went on.
funding.
You know where else that was going to go? Into patching potholes. So, I mean, we got a new lane out of it. So,
Ooh.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care. And when it goes to shit, I'm just going to disappear.
Okay. Granted. What say you, Derek? What do you think about Michigan? What do you think's going on?
I don't know.
You don't know. You just want to go.
He won't
you just wanna-
notice-
stop.
He won't notice till they stop
I
hunting
think-
and fishing.
I think
All I do is hunt and fish. I don't know anything what's going on in the world.
I'm going to throw out a figure. I'm going to say 75% of the American population doesn't care at this point in time because they're like, man, we're already on this roller coaster. Let's see where it goes.
Couldn't get any worse.
Yeah, like from here, how is it going to get
Well,
better?
about that?
Could it get better? Could it get worse?
So,
Let's-
all right.
Let's try her out.
Let's try West Virginia. So, Bowen, is the local steel manufacturer on the ballot?
He can't read signs. Why is he alone?
He also hasn't had internet for the past month.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things they've been trying to do, and it keeps getting shut down. One, which they're trying to do it again. Winchester, the ammunition plant, was going to open a huge plant here. It was going to be one of the biggest they've ever built, and that would have given it was like thousands and thousands of jobs. That got told no. They're supposed to be reopening the steel plant in Point Pleasant, not Point Pleasant, in Parkersburg. That is up for discussion because they want West Virginia Steel to be fully functional again. Of course, it'll never happen. I hope it does. It would be great, but it's not. But the problem is, of course, West Virginia generally is a red state. However, we have a bunch of fucking idiots now. So you have like half of Charleston, half of Huntington, all these college areas who are, vote for blue and do all this. So it's hard to tell what's going to happen.
Okay. So the biggest thing is like, yeah, your colleges, they all say, all these fucking college people are
Yeah, and that's the
Democrats,
problem.
but they don't vote.
They don't.
No.
College kids don't vote. And the ones that do vote, most of them are usually voting the right way because they're about to start
Yeah.
paying taxes.
So, but honestly, like our biggest local election stuff is government justice. So technically we have a billionaire for a governor, but he can't do shit for the state. So, I mean, he owns coal mines, the Greenbrier. I think that's the biggest thing too right now. So he owns the Greenbrier, and everybody, if you don't know what the Greenbrier is, it used to be it still is an active hotel, but it is the
Beautiful golf course.
It is, yeah. It's the old U.S. nuclear presidential bunker in the case of an event. They have a whole complex
Right.
there, and it's still It's still active. It's just not.
No, it's not.
Well, it's on the list as a backup for reserve.
When that reporter back in the early 2000s exposed it, it basically wiped that
Yeah,
out.
but they still have it. It's still upkept for emergencies, though, but not as a primary presidential location. But anyway, so the Greenbrier just went up for auction for like $24 fucking million because Justice couldn't pay his bill on it, but he's a billionaire.
His name is Justice.
Yeah, and his dog.
Have you ever seen him at night?
I don't know.
Have you seen him and Batman in the room at the same time?
Maybe.
Justice.
I mean, he could just be a fat Mothman for all I know.
Isn't Mothman from Ohio, or is that West Virginia?
That's West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Figures.
So
Yeah.
politics wise, there's honestly not a lot going on here because there's no fucking jobs here to fucking do.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
So the whole
I don't know
state's too poor to vote, is what you're saying.
Yeah, essentially, it really is.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw it, but did you see that jobs report this morning? The October jobs report?
It was terrible.
So the government was expecting 100,000 jobs to be created, but only 10,000 were created, and they lost 48,000 manufacturing jobs last month.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
See, these
Yeah.
statistics
Did they?
always kill me because they're like, all these jobs are created, and I still see the same motherfuckers on the corner begging for money.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So every month in the last 4 years, the jobs reports and anything that comes out of DC has been doctored by the administration. This month alone, though, was accurate, and it was pretty bad. It was really rough this morning. The stock market basically crashed this morning.
I didn't see that.
Well,
So, are you telling me the dollar's worth nothing?
The dollar hasn't been worth anything for a long time.
Listen, I bought one bubble gum earlier for 50 cents. That has not gone
Where?
up in a gumball machine.
Oh, it's probably been in there for 30 years.
They've stayed true. They have not inflated.
It's been in there for about 30 years.
Hey, it was made in America,
Yeah.
though. That's all I give a fuck about.
Yeah,
That thing is not going to go spoiled. Don't worry.
yeah, no, I know.
That was an American-made gumball.
It had another.
But
20
no,
on
yeah,
it.
you're talking about the dollar. The U.S. dollar is no longer, and we're at number 10 for the strongest currency in the world. We went from number 1 to number 10 on the list.
Who's
Yeah, it's
number
pretty
one?
bad.
Kuwait, the Kuwaiti
Kazakhstan?
dollar is the highest right now. Nope.
It's pretty bad when
The dinar, isn't it? No, that's not the
The
dinar.
Kuwaiti dinar, you're right. Kuwaiti dinar.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The dinar is worth more money than a dollar?
Well, Kuwaiti dinar, not Iraqi dinar. Kuwaiti.
Well, of course, I bought
Well-
the wrong fucking.
Of course you did. You got the one off Wish.
Yeah.
Okay,
Emu.
with
Yeah.
Jordan, like
Got the
Jordan.
Temu.
So the Jordanian dinar is worth more than the U.S. dollar right now.
It's pretty
Well, I
rough
think
when countries are starting to get rid of the U.S. dollar as their main
Yeah.
form of currency.
Well,
Oh yeah,
Mexico's
doing that.
Mexico's doing it. Mexico now. My wife was reading about it. The new president, she's talking to going to the BRIC with Russia and China. They're going to
Yeah.
go with that. So they're going to
Well,
go
of
that
course,
route.
bunch of commies in Mexico.
Hey, we're not commies. But it's kind of funny though to bring it up. You guys talking about that, about the economy and stuff like that, because I just got like not too long ago from a friend of mine from Canada. This is what they posted. I don't know if I can make it look better here, but it's talking about pretty much inflation is just at 2.1%. Economy are up to 4,000 after inflation. Violent crime at 50 years is low. Stock market at record highest. Unemployment is low. Jobs are plentiful. All this different stuff that says gasoline are below $3 in 21 states. We are deployed in we aren't deployed in any wars, and this is all that supposedly, Kamala and Biden has done this, and it says all facts. and it's all bullshit. And this is coming
It
from
is all
Canada,
bullshit.
You
That's
know,
from
Of course,
Canada.
it's from Canada.
this is coming from
The
Canada.
moment you really think we're not
Fucking
involved in a
Canucks.
war, that's already you're false.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
And I don't
behind
know, you guys.
every single conflict.
Oh yeah. And that's the thing is, like, I remember when the debate and they were talking about like, oh, we have nobody overseas and stuff, and then like they cut and then they show like these people still deployed in the army, and they're like, where the fuck are we at right now?
Didn't
That's
Biden
the
make an
crazy thing.
announcement?
But they know it and they don't recognize what they're doing. They'll say exactly that. Nobody's deployed. And then all of a sudden, like 2 weeks later, like, thank God for these troops overseas.
Yeah.
Didn't Obama say he
They're
was pulling all the-
kicking Christians out of their rally, and then like the next
Yeah.
2 days he's in a church preaching.
Yeah, preaching.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if you guys have this sign, but I thought this, how they're saying that, Trump's Hitler and all this stuff, but this sign has been like all over here in Texas. I don't know if you guys have it. Let me see if I can. Oh, God, I wish I could focus it on better. I think I have it too bright. That's why. But it's
what were
so.
you saying, Josh?
Oh, like when we landed in Iraq, I'm pretty sure Obama made a statement that he was pulling all the troops out of Iraq. And I always thought that was funny. That was after the government shut down
Right.
and whatnot, where we just weren't paid.
Well, they had no money for anything.
Everybody was like, "So we done with missions for the time being?" Like, no, you're still going out. I'm like,
Yeah.
but wait, we're not even being paid at
wish
this
I could-
point in time.
Yeah, let's just go get blown the fuck up for free.
I can't get it to work.
At least sweeten the pot a little bit. Like, I'll give you a reach around, but no.
Fucking didn't. That's right when Doc Cowan got shot in the arm, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like,
Yeah,
"What I
he
paid
got
you."
shot on the arm like the same fucking weekend. Oh, cool. I got shot in the arm for free. Fuck.
He was like, "I pulled all the troops out of Iraq. I'm still here. Am I not a troop?"
Hello.
So stupid.
Yeah, sorry,
So-
Doc. We're gonna have to wait for this whole thing to blow over before we tell them about this.
As far as so that's a look at your states. As far as Ohio is concerned, we do have a pretty contentious senatorial race going on right here. But that's about it. Nothing really major. There's a state issue going on right now about who gets to redraw the districts.
There we go. Have you guys seen this one?
Congressional
Real
districts?
quick.
No, you can't see it.
It's hard to see, huh? It's
Yeah.
Kamala looking like the damn Statue of Liberty.
It's Kamala Camel Toe.
It looks like
Yeah.
Iraqi propaganda.
So, I did want to address a couple things tonight. So, Trump was on Rogan's podcast this week, or
Yes.
last week. JD Vance was on Rogan's podcast this week. Kamala didn't turn Rogan down, but she had stipulations. He had to leave his studio, go to DC. It was only going to be, I think, for an hour.
Yeah, it was an hour only. she
An
said.
hour broadcast, and the questions had to be from her team. And I
Oh,
thought, that's
God.
pretty rude, telling the guy who's basically
No.
created
The
his
number
podcast
one.
himself.
The number one podcast that has
Yeah.
more listeners than CNN.
Yeah.
The
But-
biggest platform ever to exist.
It's just Joe Biden all over again.
yeah.
He has to
Yeah.
read the script. He has to have pre
Everything has to be predetermined, answers written, questions written. They have to see everything first. I mean, that's pretty rude telling the number one podcaster in the world that you're gonna do it their way, not his way.
That's why he's a podcaster, because he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yes. And Trump went to Austin, went to his studio, spent 3 hours. I mean, it was an incredible conversation.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yep.
But
Most of it.
Kamala gets to do what she wants because that's what the government is. Government gets to do whatever they want. So
I'm sure
That
he
was
said,
pretty
"Fuck
interesting.
that."
yeah, well, he still put it out there and said we're working with my team to figure it out, but I don't think that they did it because he still wanted them to come to Austin. and do it in his studio, because it takes a lot of logistics to take a podcast outside of the studio.
Well, and it's best to, like he said it really nicely when he wrote it back to her.
Yeah,
was stating that, hey, I feel it'd be more comfortable, more I can be one-on-one with you if you would just come to my station. We do it here, and and more than an hour also.
But even if he went to her, then all the pre-planned questions, like you can only ask these questions. That's still that's not a podcast.
Well, it goes to show that she can't answer questions off the cuff.
No,
because he doesn't ever have a real plan for anything.
Well, that's and unfortunately that's what happened during the Fox interview.
Hold on, we're gonna get to this. Yeah, the Brett Baer interview. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna show you guys this clip. This is a clip that is quite interesting, and it gets more deep into who she is when things start going off the rail.
It's showing Bowen trying to twerk.
Hold on.
High five.
High five.
So let me load this
that
up
beautiful
here. Hang
footage.
on. Yeah, roll that beautiful footage. Hold on here.
Move that bus.
Move that bus. Yeah.
I still get haunted of that.
You know what? Let me say something about this.
So first off, let me tell you that what happened here was there was anti-Israel protesters that kind of threw her off the question or off of her speech. And obviously they don't put it in the camera view here, but she does have teleprompters off to the side. So here, let me back it up and let's start it again.
You know what? Let me say something about this. We're here because we're fighting for a democracy. Fighting for a democracy. And understand the difference here. Understand the difference here. Moving forward. Moving forward. Understand the difference here. What we are looking at is a difference in this election. Let's move forward and see where we are. Because on the issue, for example, of freedom of choice. That's okay. That's all right. That's all right. That's okay. You know what? Let me say something.
So do we understand the difference here?
I remember
there is a difference.
Trying to do like a 500-word essay and repeating the question in different formats to obtain the minimum amount of, you know what I mean? You know what the fuck I'm saying?
Yeah. You've got a
That's
minimum.
what that was.
Yeah, you've got a minimum word count you got to meet, and you just keep repeating sentences independently throughout the paragraphs.
Also, I fucking love when politicians say we are fighting.
Oh yeah.
Is she gonna go over?
And I love how she says we're saving democracy for this in this election, but she wants to basically tell anti-Israel supporters that they're fighting for democracy when all they have done is put their political opponents in prison.
Fun fact: I worked with an engineer recently who was from Iran, and he loves that Israel is just fucking destroying Iran right now. Big fan. Even though his family's there, he's like, fuck Middle East for everything about the Middle East. So I'm not going to say his name. I don't know if he has. I don't know what this dude's backstory is. He could have a hit on him. I don't know. He seemed pretty solid.
You weren't here last week. I was talking about that last week. My Uber driver, when I had to leave, that took me to the airport and to get that rental car and stuff, he is also from the Middle East and is also leaving Dearborn because he is tired of that shit. He left the Middle East, immigrated to get away from that shit. And he's like, why the fuck would I leave that shit when they're trying to do the same shit here? So he's like, I'm going to go He told me where he's going, so I'm not going to say it. But he's, I'm going to go to this state because it's nice. You can do stuff there. And he's like, there's hardly any Muslims. He's like, fuck them.
Florida.
Yep.
So, what do you think the conversations are between her and her husband at home when she can't formulate a sentence on stage?
Who's pegging who?
Yeah.
You're killing this.
Look at my $7,000 belt.
I mean,
I feel like the dinner conversation. What's for dinner, honey? Well, what is for dinner?
Let's talk about dinner for a
I
second.
grew up in the middle class.
I worked at Burger King or McDonald's when I was in high school, so I don't know.
The dinner
What
should
would
be
you do
dinner-ish.
for dinner?
Yeah, I'm gonna make collard greens in the bathtub.
Well, did you guys see? Did you guys see Trump? They're trying to hit him with. He said that who was that? He wanted to kill him with a execution squad. 9
Hold
barrels.
on. I've got that audio clip. I want to run it past you guys too.
Okay.
So, this is Liz Cheney. I don't know if you guys know who Liz Cheney is. She's that fat cow from Wyoming who was a senator. Dick Cheney's
Dick Cheney?
Yes, Dick Cheney's daughter.
They should go hunting together.
Yeah.
We'll sort
And
that out real quick.
I don't know if you guys knew it, but both Liz Cheney and Dick Cheney have endorsed Kamala. But Liz Cheney was also on the January 6th commission when she was in the Senate. She's based, like I said, nothing but a fat cow. She's terrible at what she does. Everybody hates her. But so the media is saying that Trump says he wants to place Liz Cheney in front of a firing squad. In reality, Trump was talking to how the DC politicians send our kids off to war from comfortable offices while never putting themselves in the war zones.
Yeah, they're war hawks. He called her a war hawk, and that's the part that they didn't want to tell anybody is, let's see a war hawk like her go out to war and have 9 barrels pointed at you and deal with that, and then let's see if you have the same opinion. But they're all going off saying, he wants to murder her with 9 shots, execution squad.
Here's what the legacy media is saying about it. So, Rolling Stone magazine says Trump fantasizes about putting Liz Cheney in front of a firing squad. ABC, obviously, violent rhetoric attack. And then the Reuters, Trump suggests Liz Cheney should face a firing squad. But let's play the actual clip and hear what he actually has to say.
She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. When the guns are trained on her face. They're all war hawks when they're sitting in Washington in a nice building saying, oh, gee, let's send 10,000 troops right into the mouth of the enemy. But she's a stupid person. And I have meetings with a lot of people. And she always wanted to go to war with people.
So she always wanted to go to war with people, and that's because her dad, Dick Cheney, is on one of the biggest. He was Halliburton, and he's probably on the board of other military-industrial complex companies, and that's how they've made their money.
No,
But did he say anything in there about a firing squad?
Nope.
No.
Exactly.
Nope.
And
you say he's the head of Halliburton?
Well, he was.
It's like big old company.
Right, but they had all the contracts when the Iraq War first started.
Imagine that.
Yeah. They had all the logistics contracts, everything else like that.
That's wild.
I won't say it.
Oh, say it, Jake. Say it.
I don't need to say it.
Say it.
Say it.
Why were we in Iraq? Oh.
Suspicious.
Money.
Oil.
No, world terrorism.
Earl. I don't remember seeing any WMDs, but
You know, I'm
I got their weight. I got their weight. I'm so sorry.
So I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it because after being there, after experiencing that, and then after seeing everything over the last decade since, I really wish that they would have just let Saddam Hussein handle everything, all the terrorists and everything in the Middle East, to where he wiped everything out and basically had peace in the Middle East. Because we wouldn't have had ISIS.
Who the fuck is near a car right now?
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, that's traffic outside.
Oh, of course it's Dovolina.
Oh.
You live under
I forgot you were in Mexico.
It's all the illegals driving by so they can pick up all the people that go across to Mexico.
That goddamn white people down here coming over for the weekend.
Like, there's no way any of us are near a road right now. It's like, no, that's concrete right there.
So, you know, I'm gonna say it. I don't care what people say, what people think, but if they would have given Saddam Hussein the capability of wiping out terrorists and wiping out and keeping security in the Middle East, I think things would have gone a lot different.
Wait, are you saying let other countries handle their own problems?
Yeah, we wouldn't have had ISIS.
What?
Maybe if he had a deal with Kuwait instead of with Kuwait and Saudi Arabia to actually deal with terrorists, things would not be what it is today.
What are we supposed to do?
Well, let's put it straight on here. There's a reason why he was the way he was, because it was the only way he could control the people there. And it's the only way he could control that they wouldn't take, ISIS wouldn't take over. He was,
right.
And I'll be honest with you. I mean, call me,
he was a
racist,
dictator because he didn't
right?
he didn't want the factions to take over the country.
Exactly.
I get it.
He dealt it with being strong by like scaring people.
Well,
and there was no way to do it.
Through the millennia, we've always turned an eye anyway to something like that. If we wanted them to control their own people, there were areas in this world where we didn't pay attention.
You have to scare scary people.
Yeah.
He did that.
Now give it. He was fucked up in the head.
I'm not saying he was a good guy.
I mean, he was very
by no means are we taking his side.
But look what we do.
Taking his side, but he was able to have his people on control, and he did keep a lot of terrorists out of there.
Where's
where there was no issues. Right. I mean, there was issues, but not issues to where it was as bad as it got when we got out of there.
We dealt with him, but did nothing to Iran, did nothing to Libya, did nothing to Cuba. And those were all dictators and terrorists. Those are actual countries who are harboring terrorists.
Yep.
But we go after a guy just because he's sitting on a monumental mound of oil.
And gold.
Yep.
And gold.
Yep.
And who knows what happened to it all. But
I didn't see any. It was some. I would have taken some.
But imagine where we would be and where the 2 million plus veterans that served in that war, where they would be right now.
How many died in that war?
Right.
This is just the Iraq veterans too. You bring Afghanistan vets into this, the shit gets way deeper.
Right.
They got fucking boned.
Right.
I mean, let's face it. I would battle again. I would get ready to suit up and go to war again if need to be to protect the United States. Even though I'm over here in Mexico, I still have my gear. I still got it ready to go, and I'll still protect it. I loved it. I'll tell you the truth. I love going over there. I love shooting people in the faces that deserved it. But the thing was, we also lost a lot of our buddies. And let's face it, we did. Every single one of us, not only in battle, but out of the war also. And we went there for nothing but for the oil.
So here's the thing, though, too. If we ever had this happen again, where people, another 2 million plus people would have to go to war over a 10-year war, a 20-year war, do you think getting into it, though, everyone would do their due diligence way better, especially with technology that we have today? The due diligence would be done way better, and veterans would actually be like, fuck no, you guys aren't going, you aren't putting us through another 2 million plus people through the next 20 years just for your cash and your stocks and bonds.
I think now people would after the last two wars, people would actually sit there and think about it before they went, because back then obviously there was 9/11, so you had a bunch of people that were hungry for fucking vengeance, but didn't.
Yeah.
Not everybody understood why they wanted, like, where the vengeance was supposed to be captured, right? They knew this is where they're sending people. It's got to be there, right? And then we got there, and it wasn't what that was, and we understood that after being was like, oh, okay, this is not what the fuck. Fucking, I was 18. That was dumb.
Well, and it's crazy how the tides have turned, where the Republicans and conservatives now say "fuck you" to any war because they're not the money grubbing people that want to control DC. Where it's the Democrats now, they all want to go to war because they all are intertwined with the lobbyists and the military industrial complex.
I also think now a lot of people understand that when the rich wage war, it's the poor who die. Like, people, they're understanding that more because they're seeing a whole fucking chunk of America come back with zero fucking help. And they're like, what? And they're talking to it. Like, what the fuck was that about? It's like, I don't really know, man. I don't know anymore.
And why do we have to police the rest of the world?
Shouldn't have to.
We shouldn't. No.
When Helene took out the southeastern United States, did we get any support or money or resources or anything from other countries?
No.
But if that happened in another country or another part of the world, damn right we would be spending resources and money and who knows what else.
That same week that Helene happened, they sent Ukraine another $8.2 billion.
Right.
Right. Don't hold me to that. I think it's roughly that.
It was about that. And Josh or Zach, did you see? I saw today there are now linemen in Asheville, North Carolina that went on strike because they haven't been paid.
Mm-hmm.
They were cable guys.
What are the cable guys?
Oh, cable guy.
Daddy cable guys.
Who cares about them?
Yeah.
Well, the report said linemen, so
I wouldn't pay them either.
We don't need our cable.
They don't need internet. They need electricity. Like, fuck off. Get out of here.
Yep.
I don't understand why they're.
Who needs internet when I've got this? Yeah.
Yeah. Or Elon Musk dropping off all the damn Starlinks over there. I mean,
right.
They're set for a hot minute. But
so did you guys happen to see anything about the fact that we were called trash this week?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Did not say that.
Garbage.
So
Biden did it, right?
Yeah, it was Biden who did it. And did you see where the stenographers were pressured to change the transcript?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so it came out today that the stenographers were pressured to change the transcript, and they were pressured by the Biden administration. So I think if you look on the website for the official transcript, the White House website, garbage is not included in that.
I saw Trump this week. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, so Trump rally, in Wisconsin, he gets in a garbage truck and drives his rally in a garbage truck, and then he wore the safety vest his entire rally. But Trump comes out and says you can't lead America if you don't love the American people. And when Biden calls basically 250 million Americans garbage, I mean, is that where the elitists and the Democrats and the lobbyists and that part of DC is going to? Is that what they're resorting to now?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Zach?
I mean, that's what it sounds like.
He has no right to fucking talk shit to anybody.
Right. Do you think he even knew what he said?
No, probably not.
Oh, absolutely.
No, he didn't.
I'm with the part of the people that think that he's out to sabotage Kamala.
Is he actually alive?
I was thinking that myself too.
Me personally, I think he took it as I'm still president. You guys pretty much threw me into a basement ever since she started running.
Yeah.
And now he's like, okay, fuck you, motherfuckers.
You get access to the internet for 5 seconds. Garbage,
garbage, motherfucking pieces.
And I'm to that as well because I don't know if you saw it, but 2 different rallies in Michigan where Bill Clinton said the economy was better under Trump.
Yep.
Now, is he gone senile as well, or is it just the fact that they're trying to sabotage Kamala?
Well, and that goes back to what I was saying earlier. Even the liberal media outlets are kind of pushing her away.
Mhm.
They are
Bill-
definitely creating a safe space between themselves and Kamala Harris.
Listen, Bill Clinton, they've been the same since Monica. So
Yeah,
had the
he
soul
still
sucked
thinks
She had
out
that
of him.
dog
Leave him
in her.
alone.
he was just
No,
at some press conference today, wasn't he? He looked like hell.
who? Bill
What do
Clinton?
you think you
Yeah.
would be like if
She
you were married
sucked
to
the
Hillary
soul out of him.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me? He had to give up that blowjob.
he looks
for
terrible.
Hillary? Fuck, I would
Like
imagine
that,
so.
Hillary put bleach in his coffee every morning.
That's what I'm saying. You would not look any better if you were married to Hillary Clinton.
That just shows like what a soul sucker she is, though. Like, just sapped it right out. The life is just gone. His eyes are sunk so far back in his head. Hillary's killed him.
That was it for him. That was the end.
That was it. Yeah, once
I did not
Monica's
have sexual relations with that woman.
once Monica was done sucking and Hillary took over, just fucking killed the guy on the inside.
Well, okay,
And-
outside of the joke about that, why did he get reprimanded for it? But Kamala can full-fledged, everybody knows what she did to get into politics.
Well, he actually there was actually evidence. A lot of the stuff with Kamala is all hearsay and rumors and basically just.
I bet you would look
pop-
at all her
pop culture
footage. She
knowledge.
said it. She admitted to
I'm
it.
sure somewhere it's in there, but I'm sure it's buried to the point where it'll never come out. But
Who was that
but if
judge
it was-
that called her out? A judge that used to have a TV show, and he called her out, and he's like, "She got to where she's at because she's a hoe or something."
Well, have you guys?
It wasn't Judge Mathis, but it was one of those.
Judge Mathis.
was a
Well,
judge.
here's the deal. Also, with that though, I mean, whenever something happens in the side of the Republican, the Democrats make such a big deal, like with the whole thing with Puerto Rico being trash
the
an island
joke.
from the comedian from the joke.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. I thought it was funny. Now
It
I'm
was.
not Puerto Rican, but
Even Puerto Ricans
know
thought it was
what?
funny.
Puerto Ricans thought it's funny too. I was raised. Okay, it's one thing that being Hispanic, Latino, whatever, we're very thick-skinned, and we joke around. I think I've gotten more shit from my family than that joke. Honestly, I live in a household where if you're fat, your nickname's Gordo, which is fat. All right, gordito, gordito, vente pa acá.
So-
Hey, little fat chubby
Whatever
guy.
I order at
So-
Taco Bell, let me get a gordito.
Well,
Yeah,
one,
but we
so
joke
one
around
thing that
about
we've
it. We're
learned,
thick-skinned. We
one
learned
thing
to
that
do
we've learned since 2008 is that Democrats have lost their sense of humor. Every year, it gets worse and worse and worse.
Oh,
Since Obama took office, and actually, since Obama was campaigning, we learned that comedians weren't funny. Democrats lost their sense of humor, and nowadays, look at the state of comedy. It's terrible.
but wait. No, did you guys hear the joke that was given by George Lopez? I bet you guys
Yeah.
haven't heard that one. I
He
bet
called
you a lot of
everyone
people
thie-
haven't heard that one.
He called Latinos thieves.
Yep, he said that when they were doing the whole, the wall, they couldn't leave the materials out because the Mexicans stole it,
Yeah.
and nobody made a big deal about that, did they? No.
No. But
You know?
similar to that though, it's like they've gone so far into this feeling, equity, diversity, all that bullshit that if they were to laugh or if anyone was to see them find humor in these jokes, it kind of defeats the whole thing that got them where they're at, right? Oh no, everything's racist now. Everything's that you can't say that hurts people's feelings and all that
Okay.
bullshit.
Yeah.
So here I found it. So I found the two clips. So Tony Hinchcliffe was the comedian who made the joke about Puerto Rico. So hold on a second. I'm going to show both of the clips to you guys and see what you think.
Oh,
Lock.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of darkness in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay. All right. Okay. We're getting there. Again, normally I don't follow the national anthem, everybody. Lock.
So that was his joke, and now here is
Donald Trump said he was going to build a wall, and George Lopez said, "You better build it in one day, because if you leave that material out there overnight." Donald Trump said,
It's weird as fuck to me that there's comedians at rallies, though. That shit, it's so weird to me.
George Lopez, though, man. Trump's
still
derangement.
It's
Trump's
just such a
derangement
weird
syndrome got
aesthetic.
him. He looks terrible.
No, Jake, rallies now are like halftime shows.
That's how I see it now.
Yeah.
It's so weird to me. Like,
who's yelling?
There's a large warm up of comedians, local guests, everything else like that, and then Trump comes on stage at these rallies. So,
I mean, think about it though. I mean, it's like for us Hispanics, that's funny. I mean, you guys know from me, I'll make fun of my race any fucking time. I've made it. Always did. That was me. You know, I made fun of any type of race. You know, but that's the thing is though, I grew up where I was thick skinned, so like it was a joke. It's just a fucking joke. Come on.
Sense of humor. Like, why do people have to be so not funny? Like, why can't people have a sense of humor anymore?
I've worked with so many damn Latino people, Hispanic people, and nobody makes fun of them more than themselves.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're not lying.
And you can call them whatever you want to call them. They don't give a flying fuck because they got a nickname right back for you.
Black people too. Like they'll make the most, and it's like,
and Asian people, they all make fun of themselves.
You're supposed to make fun of yourself. When you stop, I make more fun of white people.
Asians are just racist. Don't worry that.
Boy, is a Japarican. How does this affect you?
One side is extremely racist. The other side is just having fun.
See?
Here's the deal. My wife, I call her Cracker, and she calls me Beaner, and we call our kids Beans and Crackers.
Stop, dude.
I mean, come on, you know.
I thought it would have been beans and rice, man.
You know?
Just say bean dip, but
like refried
bean
beans.
dip.
Oh, refried beans is a good one too. Big fan.
Well,
So-
I've seen that dude that goes around, like, he'll put on the sombrero and the
Oh yeah, he's like, do you find this offensive? All
Do you
the white
find-
people
Oh
say,
yeah.
he did it, like, and he did it with a bunch of races, and he pretty much explained it right there. Nobody cares. It's
So it's
for
the
everyone
liberals
to
that care
care.
the most.
That's,
Right.
The Mexicans are like, "Hey, ¿qué onda, güey?" And then you go like the white college girl that's like 22 years old, and she's like, "I'm not. That's racist."
who's never been
Right.
out of
That's the
America.
problem.
Yeah.
I tell you
I'm
what,
so
and
cultured.
at that rally when that joke came out, I'll bet you every single Hispanic and Latino were laughing, and all you see is all the white people like, "Oh shit, I want to laugh, but I don't want to laugh." You know, I'm too scared. They're gonna call me racist in this area. You know, but that's the that's the thing is, and then that's like afterwards, a lot of Puerto Ricans came out saying like, "It's true, it's funny. We're thick skinned. We don't give a shit."
When
You know,
when we were in Salem, there was his bit. It was a street performer, the world's only talking mime. He was already funny from the get go because he's a mime and he talks. Super gay, super like hated politics, hated both sides. So would make fun of both sides. He was like, "I'm gonna cross the line here," and he's like, "Dead babies," and like a couple people laughed. He's like, "Some of you didn't laugh though, so like maybe that was a little too far." He's like, "It's not far enough though. People need to start laughing again." As he's like trying to kill himself on these 3 boards, he's like, "Look at me." I wish for the core I was fucking like everybody was laughing. There was old people that were laughing. He was like, "You didn't laugh at the gay joke though." fuck you. He took it. He pushed the extreme. And he was like, you should always make fun of yourself and make fun of everybody else too, especially. Fuck those people. Handicapped person walking by, fuck you.
Yeah.
No, I was crossing.
Yep.
So
that's why I don't hold the door open.
Too much. It's too much.
My internet went out.
So when I see a Bowen coming behind me, I just slam the door shut.
I do too. Equality for everybody. They have a button. I have to pull the door.
And it's way heavier.
I make sure when I use the restroom, I go in the handicap stall.
Every time.
Every time. It's the cleanest.
Dude,
it's got the most room.
It finally happened.
Yeah, you can stretch out. Oh.
Got the grab handles. Just
I was pissing at the short urinal and a fucking midget walked in. I swear to I went, you've gotta be shitting me.
Once in a lifetime experience, and I wish I was a part of it.
Yeah, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me, guy?"
That's why
He's
I
like-
always piss at the short. I always piss at the short urinal because I'm close enough to the floor.
That's yep. No, he started laughing. He's
There you
like,
go.
This happens all the time.
Could you imagine? He's like, "Damn, it just happens."
Oh, he acted pissed off at first. I was like, "Dude, I'm so sorry." And he's like, "No, I'm fucking with you, man."
There's actually a comedian. He's a dwarf, and he comes out and he talks about that shit. He goes, "Leave those short urinals for us, unless you have an 8-inch dick, then that's fine." You know.
Felt so bad that I got over it.
So-
We're just laughing.
Have you guys seen the latest celebrity to endorse Kamala?
Oh no, God, no.
Which one?
Oh, everybody's been
No.
coming
Which
out
one?
today, don't worry.
So yeah, well, I've got a list here and some images. I'm going to show you.
Diddy.
The latest,
Everybody at his
latest-
party's been doing it.
Nice.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party, right?
the latest celebrity to come out and say something was Jennifer Lopez.
Oh,
Oh
my
yeah,
God.
of course.
Dova, what the
one
fuck,
of
man? That's your
Dovalina's.
people. Yeah.
She is not. She is not. She's been banned in the Hispanic world.
Get your people
She's
in check,
banned.
man.
She has been banned.
Go talk to
So-
your sister, man.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you an image here that's got a list of people who have also been at Diddy parties because there's images of every one of them with Diddy.
Hold on.
And what?
Wait, whoa, you took mine off.
Roll that beautiful.
You're lying if you said you didn't want to go to one Diddy party just to see what it's like. Everybody's a fucking liar. There's not one person that's a little curious.
You don't remember that you went.
But everybody's a little curious as to what a Diddy party was really like.
I would for sure go to one. Just
I'd go
dive
to
right
one.
in.
Fuck yeah.
Just
You're all lying
So-
to yourself.
No, that's where you're going to be laying. Is bent over.
whatever.
Hey,
So-
man, but
We have Cardi B, LeBron James, Martha Stewart, Taylor Swift,
Oh my.
Ellen
my
DeGeneres,
girl.
Beyonce, Ben Stiller,
I told you Taylor was no good, Derek.
Stop, don't
Oprah
talk about her
Winfrey.
like that.
Madonna,
You're a Swiftie, Derek.
Yes.
Jay-Z, Jennifer Lopez, and Leonardo DiCaprio. Now, that is just a small list of people so far who have endorsed Kamala, who just happens to look. Oh, they get
Yep,
pictures
yep.
with P. Diddy. And we emphasize the P for prisoner.
Oh man. After finding that out, I really hope Derek slips and falls on something really big.
I come back now. I don't know what happened there.
Here we
Taylor
go.
Swift. I'm disappointed in you.
Payback's a
Kamala's
bitch.
open border.
I told you Taylor was no good.
Epstein guest list. Diddy guest list. Go
So-
down.
This is true, though.
That's pretty funny.
This is
Go
so
to the
true,
comments
though.
on that one.
Yep.
Because
I seen
there
that.
aren't any.
I seen that.
Yeah.
They're being called the hostage list because I think if Kamala wins, then the Department of Justice basically takes these two lists and they disappear.
This guy's a gunshot wound. A GS
What do you guys
heavy.
think?
I think it's a slippery slope when it involves Diddy, you know?
Oh, yeah. It's slippery.
Hey guys, I gotta hop off here. Head inside.
All right, later, brother.
All right, Martin.
We'll see
see
you,
ya.
man.
Thanks,
Y'all take
buddy.
it easy.
Have fun at your Diddy party.
Mhm.
Make sure you get the baby
What?
oil.
What are the Diddy parties like in East Texas?
I don't. It's just
just
baby
dry.
oil and stand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not baby
real,
oil,
it's like
it's
sand.
the brown oil.
Yeah.
You think it's the wild boar wrestling? Wild boar wrestling.
They cover a bunch of armadillos in baby oil and try and catch them.
Ooh.
Hey, Jason, I
My
just sent you
problem
something.
here is like, if any one of us did it, right, and we got seen or caught, that you would have police on you so fucking fast.
Good luck catching me.
But for them,
like a
it's like wait till the very last second, see if anybody actually cares that we're not going after them.
What's
It's like,
Leonardo
what's up with the
is
special treatment?
Where the fuck is DiCaprio? He's overseas, right? He ain't coming back. He's on a yacht.
Yeah, he's gone.
A lot of them aren't coming
hiding.
back.
Wait, what?
If you go into international waters, you can't be brought back.
Yeah.
Oprah's gone also.
Well,
Did
did you see?
Jason, I just sent you something. So another person that Kamala is trying to get the Hispanic votes is over here in Mexico and even in the Tejano music area, Los Tigres del Norte. It's like the Tigers of the North. It's a big Tejano type cumbia music, and they did a concert for Kamala for for her one of her campaigns. And I just sent you something where a guy talks about he goes just to go see, because he was kind of debate. He's a Trump bet. He was like, let me go see what it happens at the Kamala, Harris's, campaign type deal. And he said that when he showed up there and he had the Tigres del Norte playing and stuff, there was like hardly any Hispanics, he said, for starters. It was all a bunch of white people. They didn't even know what they were singing or anything like that. And then he basically was like saying that he was totally going for Trump. Like he just did not like, she was there for maybe 15 minutes, 20-minute speech, and then was left when Trump was doing 3 hours of just talking the whole entire time and stuff.
Okay.
And
well, wait, I have a clip that goes with the last images in that I just showed. So here's somebody who died too young, but he also knew way too much about the Diddy parties. And let's see what he has to say.
Stephen Hawking.
Dovalita, that sounded like a $2 margaritas at Applebee's. Just a bunch of white ladies fucking screaming.
Can you imagine? Stephen Hawking was like, Diddy.
Hold on.
Hey.
I also want to thank you for having Prince, William Shatner, Puff Daddy, and Mick Jagger on the same stage. That is the sign of the apocalypse. Thank you. Thank you. That is the end of the world as we know it.
Oof.
See? Robin Williams knew too much. They killed him way too early.
Did you see Prince's face?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
He did not like that comment.
So many people have died mysteriously just by knowing too much about Hollywood and the entertainment industry.
Yep.
But that's another conspiracy theory.
Right? How do you get that far into something?
What?
Listen, man, I dive deep into conspiracies. When I'm in there, I fucking stay in there. Like Diddy did in my butthole. I fucking
He stayed there.
balls deep in a conspiracy.
Fell asleep even.
And most of them are fucking true.
I agree.
Yeah.
I know. Yep.
No, man. Where did our civilization go wrong? I think
When the
how did
internet
we get
became
to
a
Diddy
thing.
parties.
Yeah.
I think it was
single man ordering 1,000 gallons of lube.
I just like, did Johnson know about this when they were just like, God damn, we're selling a lot of baby oil lately? Like
Nope.
somewhere
They
they were
didn't
like,
say a fucking thing. They ramped up production.
like, keep milking the babies. We got
He's
a
like,
ton
all right,
of oil
guys,
needed.
triple shift is happening.
Can you imagine all the workers? Like, God damn it!
Yeah, where is this
Stop buying
going?
lube,
No,
Diddy!
dude.
Stop
They were
buying lube.
No, they were
So,
excited. They were
Martin
like, overtime?
Oh yeah, probably.
So Martin says the Diddy parties in East Texas are pretty much the same, except we use Crisco instead of baby oil.
Crisco.
And the drug of choice is meth, not cocaine. So a little trashy, but the same.
God, can you imagine about the meth heads just licking fucking Crisco?
Oh God.
They'd be like pals on a salt lick.
There's just fucking teeth marks and everything.
There won't be teeth marks, I guarantee that.
There'd be I got bees in my teeth.
You're gonna see a lot of like chin rubs.
What, a West Texas Diddy party would be
How do you
wild.
gum Crisco?
Oh, I've fucking seen it.
It's like putting on chapstick.
It's
yeah.
It's like
I'll show you.
It's like when you bite a piece of steak that the fat wasn't rendered, you just sit there and you fucking chew on it for a while.
That was me at someone's house.
Like eventually this is gonna break down, maybe not.
They cooked a steak.
Is that like the new peanut butter and dog mouth? Like Crisco meth head mouth?
You're sitting at dinner for fucking 30 minutes chewing on one piece. Like, God damn.
What is happening?
And then I'll look away and I can spit it out.
All right, boys. So, a couple more things on politics. I wanted to give you guys some funny, one funny Trump clip. So here he is describing his advisors telling him to get in the dump truck or the garbage truck and wear the bright vest. So it's a pretty funny clip. So let's pull this one up.
If I don't laugh, your comedy is dead to me.
Okay.
So this outfit, is
Okay.
garbage.
Sorry, made me giggle.
What a stupid word. That blows deplorable away, don't you think? Of course, I thought irredeemable when she said deplorable or irredeemable. I thought irredeemable was actually worse, but deplorable. But this garbage stuff blows it away. So I'm in a beautiful plane. I'm enjoying myself. Have a wonderful suit on. And one of my people came in and said, "Sir, the word garbage is the hottest thing right now. The hottest thing out there, sir. Would you like to drive a garbage truck?" Now we're about 30 minutes from landing. We had to do this pretty clear. I said, "It's sort of cool, though, isn't it?" Because and I said, I think that's okay, but I don't feel comfortable wearing a suit. And they pulled up this garbage truck. I don't know how the hell they did it so fast. I have very capable people. They put a big sign on the truck. Did you see it? I think they showed it. And then they said, "Sir, we have a vest." I said, "Well, should I leave my suit on and put it over the vest?" But that doesn't look very good, right?
The nicest dump
Look
truck
good.
money
So I said,
could buy.
Look, let me take it off.
Yeah.
And then I actually said, I climbed into the truck, but so I said, "How the hell do you get into
It's
this?"
a Freightliner.
It's a big one. This was a beauty. I said, "You didn't have to buy it that big, right? You have to get it that big." They brought this brand new, gorgeous truck, wonderful driver. He looked like Cary Grant in his prime. You know who that is? This beautiful driver. And he drove that big thing up. And I said, "Man, this is bad because now I have all the cameras are all what? Look at all the fake news. They were most of them." No, most of them, many of them were there. And I'm saying, "Oh boy, You know, one little mistake with these guys and your political career's over. You can't even. So I said, man, if I don't get up there, this is going to be very embarrassing. These stupid people, they'll say, he's cognitively and physically impaired. And I can't do that when I'm alongside of this great athlete. I got to get up to that. So the first stair is like
Call
up
him
here.
an athlete.
I'm saying, shit. So I had the adrenaline going and I made it. And then I gave a little news conference from the front of, they asked their wise guy questions and everything. And then we drove about 2 feet. I got out, got into the plane. And then I got in the car and I'm driving over here and I have this still on. And I come into the arena and I say, where's my jacket? I want to get out of this thing. And they said, it would be unbelievable if you could wear it on stage. I said, and I said, no way. I got 25,000 people standing outside. I got all these people here. There's no way I'm wearing it on stage. They said, oh, okay, sir. I said, get me my jacket. But if you did, it actually makes you look thinner. I said, oh. And they got me. I said, I want to wear it on stage. When they said I look thinner, I said, in that case, I'll wear it on stage. I may never wear a blue jacket again. I may go in this. They said that was the word. That was the key. Sir, you look thinner. So anyway, we had a little fun about a very serious subject. We had a little fun about a time where our country is not having a lot of fun because we're not doing well as a country, but we're going to be doing well very shortly. I promise you that.
Oh, yeah.
So
that dude is a people person, man.
He is, man.
He is.
He is. He speaks to people, and they just
come on, Zach.
lock in on it, man.
She's a people person.
Zach, let me hear your let me hear your garbage truck. Let me hear your garbage truck.
Garbage truck, Trump.
Hey,
2 feet, worked 8 hours.
A serious question.
It was overtime.
How the fuck do we get Mike Rowe to go for president?
Mike Rowe?
Yeah.
See, I don't think he will.
God
I
damn, he'd
know.
be a good president.
What about Joe Rogan?
No, man, Mike Rowe's like blue collar, but he's also like, you should also be fucking philosophical with your shit. Like,
I think Mike Rowe would be better as like one of the department heads, like
God,
yeah, he has a good understanding of like the workforce and what keeps the country going.
And also like the school side of it. He's like, you need educated people, but you also need
the trade.
These guys.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have one without the other. But why
you
not?
need
do
lawyers, but you also need carpentry and plumbers. And,
He's like, what if you had a lawyer who was fucking good at carpentry? The best of both
Oh
worlds.
my.
He wouldn't have enough time to do carpentry.
Yeah, he's gonna be
roads, and you don't have enough time for carpentry.
Dude, he's gonna be too busy fucking giving up OSHA violations.
Oh man,
yeah, no kidding.
He'd have like a literal whole shop in his backyard that he could do his whole hobby by himself and start
Fucking my ass. Hey, fuck you, Zach.
Yeah, but I thought you needed illegals to do all that carpentry and stuff,
Listen, if I need a roof done,
Not if we want it right.
Yeah, I should have called you. I just spent 10 grand on a fucking roof.
If I want perfect concrete, I'll give you a call, Nova.
Yes.
White people get a hold of concrete and it's fucked up. I'm the first one to tell you that.
I'd be the first one to fuck it up because I've done it.
If I see an Italian or a Mexican on a job site with concrete, I know that shit's gonna be good. I see a bunch of white dudes out there.
Yeah, but the Italian guy just buried somebody in it. So I mean,
as long as there ain't no bumps.
Yeah, but it still looks good, doesn't it?
Free rebar.
It just gives it something to bond to.
Shit's solid.
Yeah,
Everybody has their niches.
we just laid concrete curbs last week, and I was like, yeah, I'll just brush that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
All right, guys. So normally every week we do a piece on the meme of the week. Okay. But I found a story out of New York that's pretty troubling. I don't know.
No, God.
Have you guys heard of
New York.
Peanut the squirrel and
His raccoon.
Freddy the raccoon?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So
Never heard of it.
I watch their channel.
Do you? So a guy out of New York named Mark Longo, he has a pet. Well, he had a pet squirrel, and he had raised this squirrel for 7 years after the squirrel's mom was run over in the streets. And I don't know the story behind the raccoon, but him and his wife raised these two, and Peanut the squirrel had over 500,000 Instagram followers and TikTok followers. And he used the money from his social media accounts to create a pet sanctuary.
Oh,
and
what a solid dude.
Yeah, and then he called it Peanut's Pet Sanctuary.
Yes.
Well, this week, based off of anonymous tips to the New York Department of Environmental Conservancy, these were complaints. So the state of New York went in and took the squirrel and took the raccoon and euthanized them.
Because they said they were checking for rabies after 7 years of living in a home away from any and all wild animals.
So here, I want to show you these clips. Some of these are from the social media,
That's fucked up.
Mark Longo, but it's pretty fucked up because these two, like these pets, not only were family to him and his wife, but it really hits hard when they're using those pets to promote pet freedom and pet sanctuaries.
Yep.
Well, the
And
state
that
doesn't
squirrel was
want
full of
that.
shit too.
Oh yeah, that thing's rabid as fuck. You can tell by its eyes.
Crazy, I know.
Yeah, it's foaming at the mouth.
The Italian guy was a squirrel.
I'm 100% buying a squirrel tomorrow.
But like he's even feeding the squirrel like healthy food.
I'm just saying, if the state came into my house and said I have to euthanize something in here, you better be ready for a fucking battle.
Oh yeah.
There was a firefight.
Those level 4 plates.
Yeah.
So-
Hope you're ready, big boy, because I am.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So
I don't understand that.
I don't either. Of course, it's the state of fucking New York.
Because
I
it's
don't.
illegal to own a
Where's-
fucking animal like that without a fucking permit. And you
Well,
gotta
but they're
vote
going
on
off
bullshit.
of they're going off of anonymous tips, which any state agency, if they have anonymous tips, I want to see the fucking tips first. I want to see it all in writing. The dates they were submitted, the times. I want to see it all before they just come into my house. The guy said on his social media page that it was like being raided like he was a drug lord. They stormed into his house, took the pets away, and there was nothing he could do about it.
Because they were
Wow.
getting what?
Oh, isn't New York like a gun? Yeah, see, like
No, they just lost in court, so people are allowed to carry again. But they keep trying to do these carry permit schemes that make it to where you can't carry. It's one of those ordeals.
I'm just saying, like there would have been a fucking firefight here. Because if you're gonna put something down that's making other animals have a fucking safe place to go, you better be fucking ready.
Well, just for the simple fact that that's your fucking pet.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
that's like somebody coming in here and trying to shoot my dogs.
Right.
Good fucking luck. I will
pit
die.
bully.
Well, that happened at Ruby Ridge, so
Here's the
Yeah, kids too.
yeah, kids
Here's-
too, wife.
here's the raccoon eating a Dunkin' Donuts.
That's the weird part to me
Look.
because raccoons kept as pets is a fairly common thing.
Very common.
That's not
Yeah,
like this is out of the ordinary. I see people
Right.
with a fucking coyote now.
Squirrels
Yeah.
too, because squirrels they get abandoned by their mom.
Mhm.
Are we 100% sure these creatures are put down?
Yep.
Yeah,
They didn't put up any fucking fight.
they tried.
did,
It
but
was within 24
sh-
hours that they took it.
No, I'm like a
Wow.
physical fucking fight.
Yeah. So, here. So Peanut had over 535,000 followers. His owner runs an animal sanctuary named Peanut's Freedom Farm. I mean, that's kind of funny. Yeah, according to NBC News, there were multiple anonymous complaints filed about Peanut.
Oh, dude, I'd be fucking slaying my neighbors too.
Oh yeah.
And here I was treated as if I was a drug dealer and they were going for drugs and guns. Since Peanut was taken, Longo has been rallying people on social media. But, they're saying, let's get this squirrel home. But look, 6 officials from the state of New York, Department of Environmental Conservation. It's a little overbearing. But here's where they say that they're euthanized.
I don't know how I'm going to say this. I just want to say thank you to all of you. Peanut was the best thing that ever happened to us. And we got confirmation that they put him down.
Yeah, I can't watch that.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough.
No.
But go to Peanut the Squirrel 12 on Instagram. Follow him on TikTok at go to Peanut's Freedom Farm. You can get to it from his Instagram page and follow along, follow the story. It's crazy that the state of New York did that. And this is why I say get the hell out of states like New York. Get the hell out of California.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of states that don't let you actually be a citizen in your own home. Whatever happens in the home is your right.
There's never a win in this, right? Because one, they took the pets away just for owning it. And then two, if you're a homeowner and let's say you have like a gray squirrel population fucking your entire house up, the state's going to come in and go, no, can't touch them. So it's like, what is this the circumstances that they're basing everything off of?
Would stand your ground law pertain to your dogs as well, or your pets?
Fuck yeah, it's your property.
In my goddamn house, it will.
Yep.
I'm gonna shoot someone if they're coming after my pets.
That's what I'll make sure because
so most places animal cruelty is legal, right? I don't know anywhere that it's not a law.
It's illegal everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If you were to come in here with malicious intent to harm my creatures, I guess we're all
Came in
dying
there with
together.
malicious intent to love on Oreo.
Yeah, no, like we're all dying together. You, me, and the dogs. Don't worry.
And what gives the Department of Environmental Conservancy in the state of New York the right to come into your home? Are you telling me they got a search warrant?
No.
I mean, there's no way
They
in
had to
hell.
No.
Well, that's family.
It could have.
the
They
law.
could have, but that can't be a hard thing for them to do when the whole state's working together. They probably have judges ready to sign whatever they want.
But is
go
that
do
an
whatever they want.
agency that would have the right to get a search warrant? for your
So
home?
this is what they do. And it's unfortunately, it's a common tactic. So what government or what state official, law enforcement wise, has more power than a sheriff and any other fucking law enforcement capacity? Game warden. A game warden's essentially as a state trooper with the power to do whatever he wants. So they'll call game wardens. Game warden does not have to have a warrant to fucking check your property for game and wildlife, or game or fish or violations or stuff like that. They can just come in, check it, and leave. And they'll call them and they'll say, "Hey, we need this." And I'm not saying that's what they did in this case, but he said they showed up, treated him like a drug addict, gun felon, and all that stuff. So I'm sure some state wildlife and fish agency was involved because that's how they get them through the door.
I don't think so. It doesn't sound like that would have been Fish and Game involved in that at all. Because
No, I mean,
Fish and Game doesn't have that. That's going to be like your
that wasn't
like
Fish
your
and Game.
dog catcher kind of people for the city. He has city people come in and raid his house.
So the New York State Department of Environmental Conservancy is this department of the New York State government. It uses policies and regulations to limit environmental impacts.
But both are native to that state. What's the environmental impact?
I don't know.
This is just overreach.
Well, it'd be one thing if they took
All right, Jake.
and brought it up to upstate New York.
Let it.
Who's leaving?
Is it
Jake.
even?
Bah.
But that's complete overreach of power.
Oh, straight up.
Yeah.
So it is, let's see, the New York Department, DEC, their mission to conserve, improve, and protect New York's natural resources and environment, and to prevent, abate, and control water, land, and air pollution in order to enhance the health, safety, and welfare of the people of the state and their overall economic and social well-being.
It's a cover-up agency where they can just abuse what they got approved for it.
So regulatory, what did they actually fucking enforce?
What? Fish and Game?
No. This agency in New York.
Oh. They're probably made up. Force these nuts.
Well, on their website, it's all about hunting regulations, freshwater fishing, camping, hiking.
Sounds like a game.
So this is their quote unquote Department of Fish and Game, because you can buy a hunting or fishing license on there, hunter education courses, register for a mentored or sponsored pheasant hunt, shell fishing courses. So yeah, this is technically their liberal version of a.
So this is like their
fishing
DNR.
game. Yeah.
Basically, their Department of Natural Resources.
But what the fuck do they have anything to do with a squirrel and a raccoon living in someone's apartment in the city of New York or wherever these people live?
Because they said they may have rabies. They were checking for rabies.
Well, so this was also anonymous complaints. So what I tell the places, I mean, obviously they didn't get the chance to really go through any legal
That's
action.
complete bullshit in general. To be anonymous tips. No, if you're gonna accuse someone, you should face your accuser.
Well, that's where I think that New York Department of Environmental Conservancy saw all the popular stuff on social media and made up their own anonymous complaints.
Right.
They found out where they were living, and they made up their own anonymous complaints. And I hope this couple has a massive lawsuit against the state of New York.
Maybe that couple is making a fuckload of money off of it. That's why they had the that was nonprofit, so there was no tax money going to the local government. And they're
right. Yeah, and that's why I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
that's why
this is the exact reason why you don't want big government.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all. And I can't wait for the election next week. And then in between let's say Trump wins. Between Tuesday, or let's say between Wednesday, if we know that he wins on Wednesday morning, between Wednesday morning and January 20th of next year, the Biden administration is going to do everything in their power to push every executive order that they can. to basically
Yep.
change the face of this country.
Yep.
We'll try to get
that
whatever
is-
they can get to stick.
Yep. And that is what I hate about big government and the fact that they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Well, I mean, just the money lost in big government. You got someone in a seat. He needs his own assistant. That assistant has their assistant. Then you need a whole department to fucking fund it.
So remember how I told you that only 10,000 jobs were added in October, 48,000 manufacturing jobs were lost in October. But guess how many government jobs were created in October?
10,000.
40,000.
40,000.
Yeah.
For
40,000
what?
government jobs.
For what? And like we said earlier, the rulings that they're trying to push out just in Tacoma alone. Why do you want to add more people? Why do you need to add more funds? Why do you, if you can't do it with the time you have right now, you haven't gotten successful at all. Why are we going to give you more?
Right?
Yeah.
I don't fucking understand it.
And government never creates anything.
No, they take.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
They take everything. Government doesn't make money, they take money.
Yep.
Well,
so when they say they create 40,000 jobs, it's just more of your tax dollars that it's going to cost you, and it's more of it's more inflation because all they're doing is printing money to pay these people.
And it goes to like what you're saying too. We're talking about the jobs. All these people say they're hiring. Everybody's applying. Nobody's getting hired. Like, look at the situation you've been in. Like,
well, that's the other thing. I couldn't believe only 10,000 jobs were created, but yet I could go on LinkedIn and probably see 40,000 jobs that are on there available. So why aren't companies hiring people? They're putting the openings on there, but they're not hiring.
Let's be fair though. If you look at the jobs that are for hire, those aren't really like career-setting jobs. I'm not saying there's not any, but the majority of them aren't. It's like retail and.
No. Well, hold on. What'd you say, Zach?
I forgot.
No, they are careers. I mean, a lot of these are middle management and upper level jobs that I am applying for on LinkedIn. And I scroll through pages and pages and pages of openings. And that's just in my field. So, and there are thousands of jobs on there available, but no one is filling them because jobs that I applied for that I've received the thanks but no thanks are still on there available weeks after I received a thanks but no thanks letter.
Yeah.
It's all facade.
Yeah, so why are they on there? What are companies getting out of this by putting job openings out there but not hiring anybody?
It's just a show, so it's showing that they're actually trying to make more jobs. And I hear what you mean because I applied for. Okay, so when I went to South Carolina and I was a drill sergeant, after I got done with being a drill sergeant, and then working at the S3 shop, and I worked as the school's NCOs. So I dealt with booking people's, plane trips and everything, and paying for, giving them the government credit cards and all that stuff. And I applied because I had seen that there was stay home type jobs where it's the people from where it was the same company that I was working for all the time with, where I booked everything for them and all that stuff. And they had positions open for doing that same job, but at the civilian side. So I would be the one that if like you get to the airport, for some reason your ticket got canceled, you would call them and then they would find you another plane ticket to get you on so they could get you to a place. So I had every skill. I know exactly what to do. And I put all that information in there. And they just turned around and they said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we already gave it to somebody else," or "No, you're underqualified," or all this different stuff. I'm like, how can I be underqualified? I did that.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 weeks later, it was posted again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then I would apply
I'm
again,
going through
and
the same thing.
Same thing.
It makes no sense how some jobs that I applied for back in the summer, I got the thanks but no thanks, that they went in a different direction. But those jobs are still up there on LinkedIn.
Yep.
Oh, that's just an automated message.
Well, I know it's automated because it doesn't give me it gives me the no reply email. but
right.
it makes no sense. Then don't lie to me that you're moving in a different direction and went with someone else when the job is still on there. And I can see that it was just reposted like weeks ago or months ago, and it's been updated since.
I almost think that they're just looking for a certain type of person. I think they look at your like a resume like yours and go, this person's not gonna conform to whatever we say and how we say it, what we do.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
it's
it
not just
almost seems
me.
like.
It's not just me.
I feel like if you dyed your hair and changed your gender and did not put all your things on your resume that you can do,
so
you would get better option at getting a job like in that field.
So I have to tell you that so at the end, you have to fill out all those EEO surveys and fill in your veteran status and your disability status. So I have been playing around with them, and I've been putting like non-binary, male, or I choose not to identify. And I'll even do that with the race and the veteran status and the disability status. It doesn't matter, man. No matter what, with someone like myself with my skills, and I'm not boasting about myself, but it's just getting fucking frustrated that all the skills I have.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I could fucking run an advertising agency if I had the capital to start one myself, but I can't. And it just fucking, it's frustrating because all my marketing skills and everyone just keeps giving me the thanks but no thanks emails. But I don't understand. I mean, there's got to be an incentive for businesses that are doing that.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a numbers, I don't know.
And I don't know if it's a federal government incentive because they all got kickbacks from the COVID shit. I don't know.
I hear you.
All right, boys. Well, hey, so real quick, we'll go down the line and get your prediction for Tuesday. Derek.
Who's going to win?
Kamala.
Yeah, Trump.
What do you think? But what do you think about the percentage will be?
I have no clue.
Come on, man. 55, 60.
67.
67%. All right. How about
Holy crap. That's a big jump. I'm going to say like 54.
54 Trump?
Trump. Yep.
What about you, Zach?
68.
We're winning.
Donald.
What about you, Dova?
So I think it's going to be a good race. I think we have a lot of people that are Democrats. They're changed their minds and they're going to go vote for Trump. And I think it's going to be about a 65 to 70%.
Oh,
damn!
Wow. Honestly, I feel that way.
You're pulling the too big to rig.
Now, yes, I am. Because now, if it's going to happen and if it's going to be cheated out, I feel that's going to happen. And I feel that if Trump does come in, somebody's going to continue trying to assassinate him. That's my point with what the Democrats are pulling.
We just got kicked off YouTube. Thanks, Dova.
I'm just saying. I'm just going to be honest.
Did anyone else see that Sasquatch behind Zach?
Oh God!
It just seems.
All right, so I guess I'm going to be the negative one in this. Of course, you know who I want to
man.
win. I just don't think it's stacked in his favor right now. I think there's too many people that's going to vote for her, just for the fact that they hate Trump, that she's a woman and she's Black Indian, whatever she picks that day of the week. So I still think it'll be close. I think it'll be within.
Even with all the media outlets saying that she's lost the black vote, you still feel that way?
I am terrified she's going to win.
Oh, okay.
I'm terrified she's going to win.
Okay. Well, boys, this will be the last episode before the Tuesday night elections. So
Yes.
I hope that some of our predictions come true.
I do too.
Zach, you still there? Hello.
He's trying to take that flame and put it out.
Yes,
Yeah.
He's in the garbage truck.
He's in the dump truck.
So Zach, go ahead and give us go ahead and give me some Trump outros here so we can call it a night.
Trump outros.
Yeah.
You're putting him on the spot now.
Oh man, come on.
Look at he's blushing now.
So I can, come up with some content.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for coming to the Cavalry Crew podcast.
Big win. We're looking for big win.
Looking for big numbers, 69% at least. Camel toe.
All right, boys. Hey, we'll be back here. We'll be back next Friday, November 8th, for an election recap. We could at that point be in the middle of a whole bunch of legal battles. Who knows? Yeah. Who knows where this is going to go?
Who knows?
Cavalry crew won't be around anymore.
Well, I don't mean us in legal battles.
All of us are happy. Just know that.
No, not us in legal battles. I'm talking about the election.
I know, but he's like saying we're going to get taken out.
Yeah. If Cabal wins, we're
Cancel.
all going to seriously disappear.
Let me just put a PSA out there for you guys real quick. So if you guys want to move to Mexico, if if Kamala wins and you guys want to come this way, I'll get your property over here. All right.
Okay.
I can't because Mexico is a extradition country.
What about Guatemala?
Yeah. Guatemala. I'll go to Venezuela.
Bolivia.
Yeah. Where's that new guy at? Argentina. He's the one that's turned the country around.
Yep.
I'll go to Argentina.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go to Argentina now.
All right, boys. So, hey, we're going to be here next Friday. We'll do an election recap. We'll talk about what's next for the elections or whoever is elected in. We'll do some recaps on the other contentious elections across the country. And as usual, we'll talk about our normal veteran stuff and what's next for the VA with a new administration. So, with a potential new administration. Yeah, Steve. Hey. As always, don't forget, catch us live on Rumble every Friday night, 9 p.m. We are also live simulcast on YouTube. At the Cavalry Crew is the channels. And also don't forget, we got a Facebook page. Check us out. Everybody else, have a great night, great weekend. And it's November 1st. So Merry Christmas.